Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, and trade it. Folks and friends, team and family, fans and followers from around the entire world, welcome to your afternoon swing trading room. Today is Friday, which is the last day of the free week. It's July 10th, and the next free week will most likely be sometime in 2021. But I absolutely appreciate everyone for being here. What a week it was. So many good memories, so many fantastic trades, some losses and some wins, some opportunities to learn, some opportunities to grow, and some opportunities to enrich lives. And that is, of course, what matters the most. All right, boys and girls, let's dive in. Steven says, great week with wins in AMD, Roku, and Walmart. Yeah, that's right. Jacob A., what's going on? Lily says, I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, Lily. I appreciate you. What a wonderful afternoon. Just so good. Joe Anderson says, I'm here. Fantastic. Richie Rich says, awesome week. Matt Delong says, first solar was good. Terry says, closed a swing 4-day trade on WBT for 11R. Thank you, RLT, for your support. 11 Rs, Terry? Are you serious? Wow. Great job, man. Chris Stanley says, big money Jay, what up? Oh, I get the best nickname of the week is John Wick of the Candlestick. That was the best one, although Big Money Jay that is also quite nice. Here's the cool thing, folks. We did get the close today above this candle. Now, again, I'm not saying that we absolutely have to go higher, but I'm saying that it looks like we will. And I do have bullish positions. I'm going to say this in full transparency, folks. I really absolutely think if you want to trade with us this summer and into the rest of the year, I personally am going to do my absolute best to just do so well in the markets over the next few weeks. With a close like this and these candles and these moving averages, I mean, I am so ready for this market to just keep rampaging higher. I don't know if it will, but just looking at the chart, it certainly could. I mean, this weekly chart looks amazing. The daily chart looks amazing. Really, really good candles, really good close, really good volume, moving averages, everything looks solid. So overall, if I go over here to the Qs, I mean, look outstanding. The Dow Jones, still kind of flat. And the IWM looks, relatively blissful. But overall, I guess my big thought process is more bullish to neutral. What we're going to do is we're going to review the swing trades that we are in. We did get stopped out of SLQT today, so let's go look at that really quick and rip that Band-Aid off. So select quote, another stop out for an R loss. And this one definitely had some volume. It had some volatility. Did get the stop loss hit on select quote. And more or less, my plan is to potentially try it again. I'm not saying I absolutely will, but I'm saying that I'm going to start planning on it because obviously if we had a stop loss here, we can see that we got wicked out. A lot of traders will ask me from time to time, when do you get back into a trade? And the answer is, if you can see that you clearly got wicked out of a position, that's one of those situations where you can get back in. So I did realize a loss, an R on that trade. So select quote is closed. And yep, definitely it took an L on SLQT. But again, it's just all about capital preservation. You are going to lose on trades. My friends, I promise you, I promise next week, I'm going to lose on some trades. The week after, I'm going to lose on trades. I lose on some trades every single week. I just don't lose a lot, right? 1R, as a reminder, the risk mitigation principle is one of the few things that traders love the most about RLT is the risk concept and the risk approach that we take. Are you going to get rich by Thursday of next week? Not necessarily. Are you going to blow out your account if you follow the risk mitigation principle? Absolutely not. And the approach that real life trading takes is very few and far in between. Most traders, most companies, and most organizations talk about how much money you're going to make. Follow me, you're going to make this much money. Do this trade, you're going to make this much money. I just care about not losing a lot. I know if I don't lose a lot, I have the ability to win big in the future. And in fact, I have a really cool phrase that I had an epiphany today. Type in a 1 if you want to hear my epiphany. Something I've never thought of before in my entire life of trading. Never came into my actual mind. I've never actually said these words out loud until today. And I was like, wow, that's a really good point. I've thought something similar, but I've never just been like, oh, wow, that's a really, really cool concept. So here's the epiphany I had. You will make money every single day in the stock market. It just might be for someone else. How cool, talk about abundance mindset. Think about that. I love that abundance mindset, right? So you can make money every single day in the market. Sometimes it might just be for someone else. So if you are an exchange of currency, if you're there, if you're losing, I get it. No one wants to just generically throw money out the window. But if you lose, smile about it and realize that someone on the other side of that screen might have needed that money more than you that day. Maybe you have the ability to go get it back. Maybe you have the ability to do something with that money that they couldn't do. Maybe they needed it more than you did right then. But we have the ability every single day to make money in the stock market. So just always keep that in mind. It is possible. And for a lot of traders, you're going to initially feel like it's impossible, especially if you have a losing week or an amount of time where you are just battling and you just can't seem to quite get it and your account's doing this, right? And you just can't quite seem to break out. If you put in enough time and you lose small enough for enough time, there will be an opportunity where it will click and it sounds made up. I know it does. I know it sounds made up, but I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand so many times. He's not here right now, but if you want to reach out to him, he is on Slack. His name is Jesse Levan. I'll give you a quick shout out. So Jesse James, love you, man. He's in another room right now on a phone call, but you can connect with him if you would like to regarding how he traded. This guy has been through it all. He's done it all. He's been trading with me for about 7 years, and we've been really good friends the entire time, but he had a really rough go at it for the first 2 years, but just kept going and kept going and kept going. And you know what? He lost a megaton of money in March. Type in a 1 if you lost a lot of money in March. I'm gonna type in a 1. I made a lot of money and lost a lot of money. Richard says, are you saying I can become profitable? I don't believe it. I know. Trust me. It doesn't sound reasonable. It doesn't sound like it's even possible, but you can. It is possible. The belief will have to be there at some point in time, but I can assure you it is mathematically achievable. So my boy Jesse lost a lot of money in March, but he had lost money before in other months. He had lost money before in other weeks, and then he got it all back. He got it all back. And then some. So he's actually above where he was, his account, before the whole COVID situation. And that's really, really cool to see because ironically enough, that's what the market's doing as well. If we go look at the market, right, the Qs, you might have had a really, really rough March, but if you're playing another certain sectors, the Qs are above where they are in March. So it makes sense that your P&L should be following it if you know what you're doing. But it took time. All I'm getting at, my friends, is nothing in life is serendipitously easy in regards to success. All parts of success are simple, but they're not easy. All right, so big market, big picture, I think it's bullish. Next on the list is Riot, R-I-O-T, and Riot blockchain. So a lot of people are asking about this particular one. Some people are saying this goes up when Bitcoin goes up. And, you know, I'm not saying that that's incorrect. I don't have any position on Riot blockchain at all. And I don't disagree that it can't go higher if Bitcoin does go up. Just keep in mind that this is most likely at some point, you're going to break out of this pennant one direction or another. And if you're playing Riot, it's one of my least favorite blockchain plays. but 0 would be your cost basis. So if you're in a position right now, right, let's say you have a $100 risk. You're like, you know what? I want to lose $100 on this position. Well, you could take $100 and divide it by $2.33. In worst case, you'll lose $100 if this goes to 0. And you'll know exactly how many shares you should buy. And that's around 50. So let's just say 48. So other than that, that's pretty much all I have on Riot. If it breaks out of that pattern, go for it. All right, iRobot, IRBT. So iRobot, my buddy Bob has a covered call that expires Friday. And again, I'm not going to throw Bob under the bus, but he lost a lot of money in March too, and is almost back to where he was. And he's been profitable pretty much every single month other than March for the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, March did take some people by surprise, no question. Absolutely, it just depends on your strategy and your timing and how quick you are with it. But Bob definitely took a big hit in March, but he is so close to getting back to where he was. And again, just imagine recovering from all of March's losses with 5 months left in the year. Getting all those losses back, knowing how to protect yourself, knowing how to be calm, cool, and collected, and then just doing it all again. That's the thing that you got to keep in mind, my dear friends. This game, the success game, the money game, the wealth game, it's not something that is temporary or short term. It's something you have to continue going, continue learning, continue growing, and doing it for your entire life. You'll have this skill forever. As long as you're alive, you can teach your kids, you can teach your grandkids, your great-great-grandkids. Everyone can learn with you. Everyone can learn together. This can be a family affair if you want it to be or if you let it. And that's super, super exciting. So the reason I'm bringing up the family affair, because my buddy Bob, he has a son named Jonah. And Jonah is he's a really good trader. I think he's 14, 15 years old now. And he's learning about trading. He's learning about the markets. And the markets will be around when he's 25. But right now he's in his early teens, and he's going to be a phenomenal, incredible entrepreneur and business owner and trader. So as far as iRobot, Bob, congrats on the covered call expiring worthless. I think you'll get another chance to do it again. WMP. I don't know what ticker that's supposed to be. I probably typed it in wrong yesterday, so I will move on. HIMX we looked at yesterday, but I can look at it again today, obviously. So HIMX, HIMX Technologies, I love this hammer. I love this setup. I've been waiting on this to kind of play out, and I will be making this official. So here we go. All right, $3.99 by $3.59, 40 cents of risk. Nice. A little bit of an aggressive trade, but I'll take it. I can make it a little bit more conservative. I can do 401 by 355. All right. A little more conservative. HIMX swing trade. I love this hammer and gap. All right, beautiful. And this one you have all weekend to set up because it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Okay, so 7, today is the 10th, 2020, HIMX, 401, and 355. Okay, I think that's a great setup, and based on a really nice gap and go, open because it's not triggered yet, and we'll throw that in right there. Also pop over here to Slack, throw that in here. New official swing trade, and boom. Very nice on HIMX. Diego says, why is it aggressive? I mean, it's not, I'm saying it's aggressive just because it's about a 50-cent stop. Usually some of my stops are a little bit larger than that, but 50 cents, just a little bit of an aggressive trade. Mark says, just signed up to the bundle. Looking forward to trading with you and the RL crew. Nice, Mark. Well, thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to join your buddy Mark, we had a few other traders sign up today. And I won't belabor the point, but simply put, if you enjoy the afternoon room, if you want the analysis that I've been doing pretty much every single day of the week, Again, I'm not here every day, all the time. I do take vacations. And speaking of, I will be off Tuesday and Friday of next week. But I'm very frequently in Slack. I'm very frequently in the trading rooms. I am not saying, hey guys, sign up and you'll never see me again. I promise that's not the point. It's not what's going to happen. And I will give you all of your money back if you feel like that's what happened. This comes with a refund policy, my friends. We have a very, very high customer service score. So 7 days, no questions asked, refund policy, my friends. If you hate it, you don't like it, I'll refund your money. Right? I'll refund your money. So just letting you all know, no issues at all. It's not about your money. I know for sure that if we all grow together, we can change the world's educational and financial foundations. Right now, you mention and you hear very frequently about the top 1% of the world. You hear that very frequently. The top 1% has all the wealth. The top 1% does this. The top 1% do that. I think we can change this to the top 2%. I really absolutely think we can do that. But we have to do it together. We're going to have to talk to a lot of people. We're going to have to educate a lot of people. I'm going right now, like tonight, I'll be at a group educating over 60 people about the stock market. They're real estate investors, and it's my job to teach them how cool the stock market is. And they're all real estate millionaires and multimillionaires, extremely wealthy people in real estate, done very, very well. And I'll be talking to them about the stocks and how the stock market works and how you can make money doing it, how it's absolutely achievable for anyone to generate wealth. And it's really incredible. So the target for HIMX, I don't know it yet. I'm going to leave it open for now. We'll talk about it next week once it triggers, but somewhere around 480, 490 probably. So that's pretty much my target. All right, great. So HIMX, that's going to be what I got going on. Next on the list is OPES. This is the BurgerFi. If you guys know a little bit about BurgerFi, this is some of that acquisition. VJ asks a great question. He says, does the bundle include coaching sessions? The bundle does not include coaching sessions. No, sir. It does not. But, saying all that to say, you can message me anytime you want on Slack. Look how many messages I got to get back to. So I'm going to answer all these, but these are all people that I'm going to message at some point in the next 48 hours. So you can message me directly and I can answer questions. I answer questions all the time. If someone's like, hey, what do you think about this trade? I'll reply to it. So, you know, it's not specifically like a direct coaching session, but it's, you know, I'm there more hours than you're awake during the week. I'm on Slack. So, I'm always here, man. I'm always there. Inzel says, how much are coaching sessions? It depends, but generally right now I do 3 sessions for $3,900. That's generally kind of how I roll. Robert Falco says, we also have mentor groups coming out in 2 weeks. Yes, that is very true. Matt, do we have a link that we can just tease people with? Jay says, how long is a coaching session? About 90 minutes or so, give or take. I mean, it can be longer. I'm not an attorney, Jay, so I don't bill by the hour. So, I mean, if it goes 2 hours, that's cool. I've had a 5-hour coaching session. It doesn't bother me, man. Lily says, I just joined in for the day trading. Beautiful. We'll get you connected with Slack. Don't you worry. Lenny says, I can attest to the fact that Jeremy responds to you. Yeah. So check this out, guys. This is something that we're going to be launching, the mentor group. So the mentoring group is going to be pretty much you have the opportunity to work with one of the moderators and you have an accountability group. So you and one of the moderators get to work together every single week. So Tony's going to meet Thursday, Falco's going to meet Saturday or Sunday, sorry. Guardko is going to meet, and then Dan's going to meet. So there'll be different times of the week. So if you have a specific time that works better for you, you'll get connected with a small group of people, you know, 2 to 5 people, and you guys will work over 8 weeks with your trades, with your group, with your plan. Really, 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 really cool stuff. Terry says, Jeremy talks to my wife all the time. That is a fact. I do talk to Maxine, man, a lot. So thank you, Terry, for that opportunity, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, guys. So again, you have the mentoring groups are going to be really, really special. A lot of people love working just in a tight group setting. So if you don't want to work alone, you don't want to be on your own, you want to be in a group and like a, you know, it's a mentoring group. It's exactly what it sounds like. So if you have a, if you want to treat trading like a business, if you want to back trade every week, if you don't log every trade, if you don't have or do have a written trading plan, if you do or don't know your win-loss ratio, if you're focused on the money rather than the actual process of getting your P&L up, I'm just really excited about the mentoring group. Mentoring groups are going to be cool. So it's $399 for 8 weeks, which is, I mean, again, nothing. And again, you don't have to do this. I'm just saying you can if you want. It's an opportunity. If you want to be a part of a mentor group, it's really, I think, going to be just a way for you to experience the hand-holding and the personal touch of RLT. And again, guys, here's my phone number. You guys all have my cell phone number. It's not like I hide behind a wall. I have no issues talking to whoever. You guys can call me right now and I'll call you back later. I don't want to sound or pretend or to be someone I'm not. I love working with individuals. I love helping people. I know and personally believe I'm one of the best performance coaches in the entire world as it relates to the stock market. And I can help people with their finances. I know I can because I've done it. I've seen the transformations. I've seen the transformations in my own life. I've seen the transformations in my family's life and in my friend's life. It's possible. It can be done. And if you want to do it, I'm here for you. We're here for you. And I'm really, really pumped. Lily says, only request I have for you is when you're marking the limit buy or planning to get in on the trade, call it out loud because I can see the tiny screen. Yep, we'll continue to do that. I will say that you can make the Zoom screen as big as you want. You just have to kind of double click on it and you can maximize the Zoom screen. So it is movable and you can make the Zoom webinar panel as big as you want, but that is great feedback. I'll continue to do my best on that for sure. Jay says, Jeremy called me a couple times. I never answered. Sorry, bro. No worries. It's all good. So we have found that life transformation is the best way to create effective, lasting change quickly. So if you want lasting and effective change, you're going to have to do some life transformation. I told Gina, I'll give Gina a quick message. So this is Gina right here. So Gina, love you, girl. I told Gina, if you want something you've never had, you have to do things you've never done. That's simple. If you want something you've never had, if you want $1 million liquid in your bank account, start asking yourself, what are some things that I've never done? And you're going to have to start doing those things. So if you have never sat down, in fact, let me do a quick poll. And I'm going to go a little bit long today. I'm going to go a little bit long. Yesterday, I had to end exactly at an hour. That's why I was going really fast at the end. But today, I can go a little bit long. Type in a 9. If you have never picked a day, random day of the week, Monday through whatever, picked a random day of the week and did nothing other than read books all day long. Type in a 9 if you've never done that. So all the 9s that are coming in, do it. Go do that. I've done it. I don't do it a lot. Matt Delong says, I've actually done that. I know you have. And that's why you are a liquid millionaire. Now, is that the only thing? Is that the only thing that's going to make you a liquid millionaire? No, not at all. Nope, it's not the only thing, but is it going to help? Robin says, yes, it will help. Jacob says, on a weekly basis. No, man, I'm just talking about like once in your entire life. I'm just talking about whenever, anytime. It doesn't have to be every week. Every week would be insane. Every week would be too wild. But what I can say is it will help. It will absolutely help. All right, here's another one. What about this? Type in a 6 if you have never taken an entire day and all you did was journal your ideas, thoughts, and beliefs. So again, all the 6s that are coming in, Take time to do that. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, Newsom, all of this is going to take a lot of time away from trading and work. How do I make money during these days? My friends, the best way to grow your bank account is to grow your mind. If you're going to grow your bank account, you got to grow your mind. So you got to work on you. You got to work on you. And then you got to continue finding the small ways that you could step out of your comfort zone and understand that it's all money or time. Those are the only things that we can spend. It's the only things we can spend are money and time. Ross, he says, I've done a full day of eating tacos. I'll try the books next time. Yeah, big fan of that. Patrick says, are you a Tony Robbins fan? I do love Tony Robbins, yes. I have a lot of respect for Tony Robbins. I do not subscribe to everything that he does. I don't subscribe to everything that he says, right? But I do value Tony Robbins, and I absolutely appreciate 98% of what he talks about. Yep. Ooh, Eddie, love it. I'm getting that tattooed tomorrow. Eddie says the best way to grow your bank account is to grow your think account. Get it, Eddie. My man, that's what I'm talking about. Yep. So that's the point, team. We all have to grow. And through reading and through asking questions and through writing your dreams down and talking with people and being a part of Slack and learning, you get to catch trades like this. You get to be a part of trades like this, my dear friends. We have created so much wealth as a team just trading Tesla. Type in a 14 into the chat pane if you remember me saying yesterday that Tesla looked extremely bullish and to look to go long if it took out the high of Wednesday. Okay, there's over 114, there's 150, there's 116, there's 117, there's 130 14s in the chat pane right now because I sat down and we looked at Tesla. And every single one of you could have made as much money as you wanted to make on Tesla today. As much money as you wanted to make. Today was Friday, option expiration Friday. I know someone who made $53,000 on Tesla today trading weekly options. 53 grand. Right? I know someone who made $500 trading Tesla today. I know someone who made 3.7 Rs. I know someone who made 1 R. I know someone who made 4.3 Rs. I know a lot of traders who made a lot of money on Tesla. I've been pounding the table for as long as I can saying, do not be short Tesla. Rick says, was it the candle that was bullish? It was the candle, it was the trend, it was the direction, it's the company, it's the fundamentals, it's the CEO, it's the car, it's everything. Luis says, do you know anyone that lost money on Tesla? Not today, but I'm sure someone did. I'm not saying that no one lost money on Tesla, but if you played it bullish, you should not have lost at any point in time. There's no way to lose on a bullish trade. You would have just had to play it so terrible. Now, if you were short, you lost money. Jacob says, if you didn't make money, someone else did. And that's exactly right. If you didn't make money, someone else did. Ladies and gentlemen, type in a 17 into the chat pane if you remember me talking about Roku just yesterday. Right? Roku, even though it hasn't fully pulled back yet, it did gap down a little bit this morning, and it had phenomenal momentum this morning. Look at the first 5-minute candle. You had to wait 5 minutes to get an idea of what Roku was doing. 5 minutes. That's it. And you would have said, yep, looks like I'm going bullish. And you had the first 2 hours of the day to make money on Roku bullish. You could have bought calls. You could have bought shares. You could have bought 2 shares of Roku. 2. You could have bought 1 share here and 1 share here and sold both of those shares there, and you would have made 15 bucks. Doesn't matter. Lisa says 17, and thank you for that 2.2 Rs. Beautiful. I love it, Lisa. Now, again, my friends, there are so many money-making opportunities every single day. I can and will help you point and then give you direction and give you insight into what those stocks are going to be and what those moves are going to be and what those momentums are going to be. I'm not saying that I'm the greatest trader in the world. I've never said that. I've never proclaimed to be that. But I can help you if you want me to. So can Matt. Matt Delong can help you. This group, this community can help you. This community can help you. Robin Steckel is one of the most energetic, loving, caring women I've ever met. And she's going to be able to help you. Right? Jesse James Levan is just such a kind soul. He's a gentle giant. And he made about $19,000 over the last 3 weeks on just Amazon. Life-changing money for Jesse, trading Amazon bullish. Not because he read an alert service or bought or subscribed to anything specific. It's not just because he's part of real life trading. It's just because he spent a lot of time understanding candlesticks and he bought that hammer and sold right there and is up an insane amount of money. That's it. That's all he did to play that trend. It's incredible, folks. It's a really, really great place to be. And I'm just excited to trade with you all. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. So Square, a lot of people requested Square not too long ago, and Square has not pulled back yet, although it will. There are some stocks, folks, that seem a little $19.99 right now to me. Okay. There are some companies that I'm just trying to figure out where to sell and how to lock in profits, and Square is one of them. There are some positions where I'm just like, okay, where are we going to pull back just a little bit? But here's the thing. I'm not saying it has to pull back a lot, right? You could get one of these and then it just continues higher. All I'm saying is there are some stocks that you shouldn't really be piling in bullish right now, and Square is one of them, right? Don't load the boat bullish right now on Square. If you're in, just keep holding, and nor just expect a potential pullback of some magnitude and then look to go long. But I can tell you the trend on Square, and I can tell you do not be looking at shorting Square. I'm not personally going to be putting any shorts on Square at all. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, Jeremy, what if Square does this? Are you telling me you're not going to make any money on the downside? That is exactly what I'm telling you. I'm not going to make any money on the downside during that move. Well, Newsom, that's really dumb. Why not? Because there's other ways to make money. There's other opportunities. I just don't personally play counter trend stocks that well. I know my skill set. My skill set is going to go long down here and then make gobs of money on the way up. That's my skill set. I played Square. I'm extremely bullish on Square. Anyone of you in this entire auditorium, webinar, YouTube, subscription, video, recording, anything, you all know that I've been very bullish on Square for an extremely long time. And there are some very clear signals to be long on Square. I mean, perfect double bottom, greatest hammer of all time, perfect consolidation, amazing gap on earnings. Plus, type in a 9 if you've seen "we don't handle cash" signs all over America and the world, because cash apparently has COVID all over it. So no one's touching cash. We're going to a cashless society, and Square is part of that. So even though, yes, some companies are closed and some aren't, they're going to a cashless society. That's going to continue to happen over time. Cash is going to be used less and less and less, and companies like Square are going to continue to succeed in the future. Robert says, haha, remember this? Buy low, sell high on Square? I do. So again, ladies and gentlemen, July 1st, 2016. Here's where Newsom starts playing Square bullish. Look at the stock price. I've been bullish on Square since $9. Every time someone asks me, how do you think about Square? Long, be bullish, buy shares. What do you think about Square? Bullish, buy shares. Why? Because this is how it works. So anyway, bringing all that up, simply saying, there will be all kinds of opportunities to make as much progress in your trading account and your portfolio as you want. You can make money, and you will make money every single day in the stock market. Sometimes it just might be for someone else. The daily chart on Starbucks looks beautiful. It's a good close. It's a really good close above this hammer. It looks kind of like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Starbucks is one of those, if you own long enough, you're probably going to win on it. This is the weekly chart. Weekly chart looks like a really, really nice Morningstar reversal pattern. So again, this is one of those stocks where it's like, if you got if you have an account that you want to grow and you want to throw some shares into Starbucks, pretty much just buy the stock and then just don't sell it until it goes a little bit higher, and then sell it, lock in your profit, and then go buy another one. Go buy another stock that's not going to go to zero anytime in the foreseeable future. Right? I can give you a 100% guarantee that Starbucks will not be at zero between now and October. It's just not going to happen. I'll bet my life, my career, and all my money on it. Starbucks will not be at zero between now and October. It just won't. So when you have a situation where you know some pretty clear, obvious things, you can invest some money on a particular position. I don't have any position at all in Starbucks. None. Zilch. Only because I can't be in everything. You will run out of money way before you run out of opportunities. Way before. It's really, really, really quick to run out of money in the stock market. All you have to catch is one really good move. Ping Identity Holdings. So this looks like a great, great trend. Very, very pretty. I like the weekly. I like the daily. I love this volume coming in yesterday. Long and strong on Ping Identity. If you're playing it, look to buy some kind of dip and maybe do a little bit of research on what the company is, how they make money. Let me just pull up a FinViz really quick. Check out some fundamentals on Ping. Joe says they do I can never say that word. I'm not going to try. They authenticate stuff. Wow. Sales is 21% and gross margin is 76. Wow, that is powerful. They're making 76 cents on every dollar. That's killer. All right. They auth stuff. Kristen says, do you think Starbucks is going to go back to 50? I do not. All right. Next on the list is SERV, Service Master Global. And Service Master, we're really just trading sideways. For anyone who requested this one, look for Service Master to eventually break out and close above this resistance. I fully agree. Pressure is building on this one. Looks amazing. Looks really, really good. This could absolutely be a great breakout play. It could also be a phenomenal gap if we gap up and open above 38 and some change. Looks amazing. Don't have any position in it. Probably not going to play it, mostly because I can't be in everything, but that is powerful. The weekly chart looks great. The daily chart looks great. Yeah, that one's ready to break out at some point. Steve says, so you wouldn't play that now, the consolidation, only until it goes above. Good question, Steve. I personally would not. That is correct. Unless you want to be in the shares long-term and you like the company long-term, or you just want to put in a small position just to get started. So like 10 shares, just so that you're in if it does something crazy. Otherwise, you are right. I would wait for that consolidation and that pattern to break out before I'm in. Personally, that's just how I would play it. Paolo Auto, PANW. This one's been a really, really nice cybersecurity company, and it's about to smack its head against some really good resistance. But I think PANW is in a bullish trend. What do you guys think? Would you agree? Is that a bullish trend on PANW? 10-4. Roger. That's a bullish trend. Buy the dip. Plus, you can check out what this company does on a fundamental basis, but they do a lot of cybersecurity work. And I mean, the chart looks great. The company looks great. The fundamentals look amazing. And they've already recovered COVID highs. They just closed above the February highs this week. Again, I love looking at Friday candles because all these are a weekly chart. Jay says, I'm positive on cybersecurity right now. Jay, that's because you're smart. Cybersecurity, folks, type in a 2 if cybersecurity is going to go away anytime soon. No 2s in the chat pane. Because cybersecurity will be lasting for a very long time, right? Cybersecurity ain't going anywhere. With the more people being on websites, more people surfing the web, more companies doing stuff remotely, cybersecurity is going to be very important. It will never go away. Now, again, do I have any position in Palo Alto? What do you guys think? Do I have any position in this one? No, I have no position in this one. Why? Can't be in everything. There's 100,000 different ways to make money in the markets, literally every single second of every single day. I can't be in all of them. I'll tell you guys what I'm in anytime I pull it up. I'll say, yep, I got a position in this one and I'm expecting to go higher. Sometimes I drop really specific little hints. But anyway, I think I like it. Ooh, Alonzo, that's really cool. He says, I just subscribed to the bundle. By the way, I'm taking some cybersecurity classes. I love it. Well, Alonzo, welcome to the family, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Mike says, happy to report I am up 4 R's for my first week with real life trading. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 R's. Is that impressive or what? And what's cool is we don't know how much money that is. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. 4 R's could be $40. It could be $4. It could be $4,000. It could be $400,000. It really doesn't matter. But what helps is to know what's possible. And that is really, really great. Jacob says, I look at an R as 10,000. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a really, really good growth mindset to have. All right, Paul Alto, next on the list, Janssen and Janssen. And again, for all those throwing in stocks that are not on this particular list right here, I won't be able to cover those. But if you want to be a part of real life trading next week, I will handle all of your requests. It'll really, really calm down next week. And unfortunately, that's just the way it works in all facets of sales and growth and opportunities. Is if you have 1,000 people doing anything, 2 or 3% will actually do it. And that's okay. No big deal. But it'll calm down a lot next week. So if any of you want me to review some stocks, I did not get a chance to look at something that you really care passionately about, just join Real Life Trading and I will be pleased to check it out next week. Johnson & Johnson, I really love this consolidation. Earnings is around the corner. Earnings season is right around the corner. So for my day traders, let's get ready to rumble. And for J&J, I just like this company long term. Type in a 4 if you are 100% confident that Johnson & Johnson will not be at 0 between now and the end of the year. Is Johnson & Johnson going to go to 0 between now and the end of the year? No, it will not. So when you have that type of confidence on a particular stock and you know it extremely well and you're very, very passionate and you understand the chart and the company and the business model and the money, those are money-making opportunities. Do I have any position in Johnson & Johnson? No, I do not. Right? No position in J&J. Not right now. I don't. I've absolutely taken some positions in J&J before. So all up in here, I played J&J extremely aggressively, and I got called away over here with my girl December. December lives out in California, and she is a wonderful, wonderful long-term trader. So I got called away, and then guess who sold some puts on Johnson & Johnson during COVID and never got put shares? Any guesses? Yeah, I definitely did that. Sold some puts on J&J for sure. Never got put any shares. One of them, never got them. Stock rallied like an absolute monster in April and expired worthless. I really, really like the candle. Again, earnings are just a few days away. So generally, Johnson & Johnson doesn't have massive gaps. But if you want to take a small starter position, bullish, since the trend is unquestionably bullish on Johnson & Johnson, you can go bullish above today's candle with a small starter position. If it closes above the high of Thursday's candle, you could add a little bit more to it. Just know that earnings is around the corner. And obviously, earnings on any company could gap down pretty big. And then you'd most likely buy a little bit more. Just kind of dollar cost average your way into Johnson & Johnson if you wanted to. I'm not personally in this one right now for no reason other than I can't be in everything. But if at any point in time it comes back to 115, I will boatload on J&J and play it bullish. Overstock. I have no position on Overstock. I don't know how to get in this one. I have no idea. So all of you making money on Overstock, you are better than I am. I don't know how to play a stock that's up 1,600% in 3 months. So I get it. I understand. But this one is better than me. I'm losing. By losing, I mean I'm losing opportunity costs. I'm not making any money on Overstock. I've made $0 on this move right here. Joe says, but someone is making money. That's exactly correct. I love it. Mr. Rob says, I bought a few shares of Overstock. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Type in a 3, though, into the chat, and if it's comforting for you to know that I didn't make any money during this move. If you're like, well, hey, man, thanks for sharing that with me. I feel a little bit better that I didn't make any money. I'm going to be very honest. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. If it's something very clear and very obvious, I'll tell it to you. But this one for me was not. And that's okay. You're going to miss stuff. You're going to miss stuff. Marriott. I do have a position in Marriott. Ooh, this weekly chart looks filthy. Ladies and gentlemen, is Marriott going to go to 0 at any time in the next few years? No. Marriott's not going to go anywhere. I love this stock. This is a very, very fun. This is a super volatile stock, guys. This is a fun stock to trade. I do have positions in Marriott, and I love this drop. I love this hammer. I am enamored with this setup. This is beautiful. Now, looking at the chart, is Marriott obviously a longer term trade if we played it? Yeah. It obviously would be a longer term. Just looking at the chart, it's apparent, right? There would be a longer term trade if you're taking Marriott. I mean, look at the monthly chart, right? It's slowly going higher, but it takes its time. It's not a super fast mover, and it's obviously going sideways in the last 5 months. So it wouldn't be just a get in, get out, super, super quick type of trade right now. There will be a time where it could, but I got this put sale at 70. That's going to expire worthless next week, and I will most likely do it again. Next on the list is Datadog. And Datadog, look at this hammer. Type in a 6 if you know a free education company that talks about how to play hammers like that in the beginner's class. Right? The beginner's class like module 2 and 3. I mean, look at this. And you can't say, well, Jeremy, I would have never known how to get in bullish there. I mean, look at this trend. What is the trend? Look at this one. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Because we played this hammer officially. Now, I know a lot of you guys who were here didn't, but we did. And Danny made like, I don't even know how many R's Danny made on Datadog. I forget, like 75 R's through this move right here. Something ostentatious. It was just ridiculous. And man, amazing stuff. So brilliant hammer. We played Datadog long, and then look at it again. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, that trend's too high, I don't want to play it. Okay, well, trends can go higher. Trends can go higher. Just nothing is too high. It can be too high to not go long, and that's fine. That's okay. It can be too high to be patient and be cautious, and again, that's okay. But it's about recognizing the trend. Look at this pullback to the 20 EMA. Is the pullback to the 20 EMA comfortable and all a stock needs before it can go higher? The answer is yes. That's it. That's all it needs. Did it do it previously? Just days earlier? And the answer is yes. Pull down to the 20 and bounce. It didn't quite touch it, but it did this time. This, even better. Guess who missed Datadog? So guess who missed that trade? I missed it, right? I tried to set it up, and I just never got filled. It popped too aggressive on June 30th and just kind of kept running, and I just kept on missing it. So it's okay. I saw the candle. I tried to get in. I did. I set my order up, and it was in. I mean, it was in. And it just boom, 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 boom. Kept on going. But anyway, guess who is not going to miss it if Datadog does this and pulls down to here? This guy. I won't be missing that one. This is a great trend, great company, good fundamentals, and we'll go higher over time. Be bullish on Datadog. Type in a 9 if you're bullish on Disney, Angela. So guess who missed Disney by a dime? on 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. And guess who is not upset about it at all? He doesn't even care. Guys, I could throw my computer out the window every time I pull up this chart. I wanted to buy calls, June 140 call options for $5 forever. I wanted to buy them, this entire time. And the low of those options right here was like $5.10, $5.05, $5.15. I just never got I never got 5. Now, did I get in anyway? No. Why not? Because I'm a giant turkey. People shoot at me in hunting season. That's why. I tried my best, and I did not get in. Angel said, I got in because you said lots and lots of people are getting in. They are. They are, were, and did. And I had my order open, but I am a turkey, and you guys roast me and eat me during Thanksgiving because, how do I not get filled by a nickel? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, cry party is over for Newsom. No one feels bad for me. John Thaxton sold some put sales. He's doing great. Angela's in. She's still holding calls. These calls are already up nicely. I'd have to check because I don't know because I'm not in them. I'd have to go pull up the options chain and look because I don't even know. But trend looks great. Disney, one of those companies that's not going to go away, right? This is a stock that will go higher if you have a long enough time horizon. And great job. Great job for people who know how to trade and actually get into positions. Tortoise and the Hare. Tortoise Acquisition Group is ready to do something. This is an extremely speculative position. Can this SHLL go down to like $5 between now and August? Could it do this? Is it possible? The answer is yes, absolutely. Will it? Probably not. Most likely not, but it could. I don't know jack diddly about this company, realistically. It's one of those financial conglomerates that's working on a merger and yada, yada, yada. And, the company it's merging with, blah, 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 blah. I can get some information, but I don't know. There's no fundamentals. There's nothing really, really tangibly rock solid in this that I personally have developed and researched and analyzed. So this would be a speculative trade. This would be one that you would risk an R on. This would be one that you would not be in long, get in and get out, day trade it, perfectly fine. Just snag and bag, stack those chips, right? Tiptoe in and play it like you need it. But SHLL looks great and all. I'm not in, and it's just going to keep doing its thing. NVIDIA, guess who sold NVIDIA at 400 and feels really dumb right now? So again, I can come up with days and days and days, hours and hours and hours of charts where I go, this is what I did, and this is how it worked out, and I made some money here, didn't make some money here. You never sell at the exact high, ever. You never get in at the exact low, ever. Type in a 16 into the chat pane if you can see the most obvious hammer of all time on NVIDIA. We're talking real life trading, beginner series. Just so obvious. And then if you're like, wow, I didn't get that one, you got another one. They gave you a second one. And then if those weren't obvious, real life trading posts a video with a little bit of a message, a little bit of a secret title. A trader who's been in the game for over 30 years, and the title of the video is called, Will NVIDIA Hit $400 and Why? And 611 people watch it. And that was 2 weeks ago. So we go back to 2 weeks ago, hammer. Steve says, is that the Benzinga guy? It was. He was part of Benzinga, yes, but he's no longer there. He's kind of off to do his own thing right now. But Stephen Orr was part of Benzinga, yep. But anyway, bringing all that up, saying all that to say, a few people made some money on NVIDIA. Good trend. Well done. Nicely played out. NEO, ticker symbol NIO. So NEO did have a decent gap up today, and it is in a pretty okay trend and just slowly sideways. It's just really, really, really high. Guess who has absolutely zero position in NEO? Me. I don't have any position in NEO. Now, I have day trade this one, and I have made some money on the way up. So I can't say that I haven't made any money on NEO, but I'm not in right now. And I would just simply say this is a retest gap at an all-time high with insane, insane, insane volume. And I'm quite confident that at some point it's going to do something like that. If it gaps up again on Monday, will I go long on a day trade? Probably. Maybe. It's not bearish, that's for sure. So I'm not going to specifically trade it bearish on a swing trade. I might day trade it bearish, it just depends. But the trend is bullish. Buy the dip on NEO. And well done for anyone who's still in shares and making money on NIO. ANET, A-N-E-T. I'm not going to go too much long over, though, just because I have a lot that I have to do. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at that hammer on ANET. Arista Networks. A little bit of an expensive stock. I'm not saying you couldn't trade it. I'm just personally not going to for no particular reason other than I just can't be in everything. Entry would be there. Stop would be right there. So really, really good hammer. Good trade setup. Nice looking play. All right, Visa, sideways. With all the opportunities out there on Visa, you could just wait and don't worry about Visa. Move on. Nothing special on Visa. Darden Restaurants, also pretty sideways. Also very, very sideways on Darden Restaurants. Had a big pullback. And I think this one could eventually pull back lower, but it looks just like the rest of the market. So nothing really crazy special in that one. Slack Technologies. Now, there are definitely some people in Slack Technologies. And look at this pressure building. Oh, my goodness. This is a beautiful, beautiful chart. Very, very pretty on Slack Technologies. I may have a position in Slack Technologies. And next week, if you guys want to keep an eye on it for both the day trade and or swing trade, this is kind of what I would look for. Amy has some covered calls. I've heard Amy's made some money on Slack Technologies. Julian has some put sales. Diego has some options on it. It looks nice. Mark is in at 32.50. Jason's in bullish on this one. By the way, folks, is this a company that all of you use? Well, I hope all of you use it because at some point, if you ever sign up for Real Life Trading, we have a Slack channel. So maybe that was like a little bit of a subliminal sales technique. Anyway, I hope you guys all end up using it. But bottom line, it's a company that you probably also use on the outside somewhere else. This is a really nice little double bottom. It's a good hammer. It's a good setup. Is it going to work? No idea. But here's what I can say about Slack Technologies. Overall, I'm just more bullish on it longer term. And so I would kind of do a little bit more of this, where I'm just kind of adding to the position and being just really cautious and generous with a stop loss or my timing. Mostly it's going to be in shares until I either get called away for a profit or I just kind of wait it out, because I think that Slack can absolutely grow over the next few years. And the weekly chart looks sublime. And there are a few traders in, some $35 long October calls with some 49 short October calls against those call options. So if Slack really, really wants to just rampage Jackson and trade all the way up to 49, I would have no problem with that at all. Okay, next on the list, and again, not going to be able to get through all these today. DraftKings, DKNG, DraftKings. Okay, pressure's building. A little bit of a doji. So it hasn't rotated higher yet. So let me just scoot this over and still waiting for that higher high on the intraday chart. And then I'll look to buy a dip. But waiting on DraftKings to do something interesting. Certainly watching that every single day. Wayfair, one of our swing trades that we followed religiously in June. and that one just slowly continued higher. So Wayfair is up an obscene amount. Obscene. You're like, how obscene, Newsom? 884% obscene. That's bananas. That is absolutely sheer madness. That is stock market 101, and I love it. Ain't no one making 800% return on a real estate trade in the last 4 months. I mean, if you want to get any of your friends interested in the stock market, tell them that Wayfair is up 800%, and they'll probably know why. Everyone that I've talked to, I said, hey, do you know Wayfair is up 800%? They're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, monster move. Next on the list is NVAX, Novavax, and this one is pulling back, so that makes a lot of sense. It need to pull back. If you're looking at playing NVAX bullish, I would do one of two things. I would either play it bullish higher than the candle that came in today, which is Friday, right? Break above that, stop loss below it, or just look to go long somewhere down around 76. Let it pull back a little bit farther. So that's pretty much what I will do on NVAX. Next on the list is Noble Corporation. Kind of looks a little bit like every other small energy company. Hashtag dumpster fire. Hashtag probably going to go zero. Hashtag probably going to get delisted. Hashtag probably going to file bankruptcy potentially. Don't be in knee. Don't have any position in that one. I would avoid it. United Natural Foods, UNFI. UNFI looks pretty okay. I mean, it's food, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Weekly chart, I mean, looks nice. Long-term moving averages, you're in the middle of those. Those are good. Monthly chart, you know, those are really far away. Moving average on the monthly chart, you got a little bit of room to go, but not tons. This is a nice hammer candle. I mean, on United Natural Foods. So if you're looking at playing it, you could just get in long above there. Your stop loss would be a little bit more gratuitous, though, because of the steepness of the trend. I wouldn't put the stop right below this candle, although, of course, you could. I'd probably put it a little bit lower. Something like this, if you're looking at playing United Natural Foods, getting above the high of this one, stop low, but I'm not going to personally take that trade on UNFI. Next on the list is good old Pinterest. And I do have a covered call on Pinterest. I sold the 34 August covered call. 34 August covered call. I do not mind owning shares of Pinterest. These puts will expire worthless. Type in a 7 into the chat pane if you can see the most clear, obvious, no-brainer hammer of all time on Pinterest just a few days ago. Guess who bought shares there? That's right, I did. And I bought a few of them, more than one. I bought more than one share on that hammer. And in fact, I heard Matt Delong has more than one share of Pinterest as well. That's just what I heard, though. I don't know if it's true. But Pinterest finally getting back to break even. It's up a little bit since I've been in. So I have been in this one for a little bit. I've been, sucking mud for a while. And I should have sold over here. Didn't. And I've been buying small size on the way down and a lot more on that hammer. So anyway, Rick says, what's your price target now? $34. That's why I have a covered call August, 34 covered call on Pinterest. All right, next on the list is AMD. AMD is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, so many traders have put sales, bull put spreads. Oh, just so good. Lenny says, when you buy on the way down, doesn't that mess up your R? Stop. So Pinterest for me is an investment, Lenny, not a trade. So I know my risk on Pinterest, and it's a little bit of a larger R and a little bit of a longer term time frame. So I do know my risk. I do know my R. It's big. It's ugly on Pinterest, and I was willing for it to go to zero. If it went to zero, I would have lost about 40 grand approximately. But it won't, and it didn't. So all is good. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit at some level. AMD consolidating, trading sideways, looks really good. Long-term averages look nice. Good hammer here, good hammer here. I love the put sales on AMD. They've been extremely, extremely profitable. I love the covered calls on AMD as well. A lot of traders, many traders are in 59 or 60 covered calls on AMD, expiring sometime before earnings. So if you have shares of AMD and you're doing covered calls, congrats. Robert Falco says the 58 expired, worthless today, and the 60 is for next week. Beautiful. Well done, Robert Falco, aka Dr. Falconium. Z and GA looks good. Staying bullish if you're in. Texas Instruments, we have a weekly options newsletter on Texas Instruments, and it looks good. I like that chart. Chart looks good. So if you're in from Texas Instruments, weekly options newsletter, stay in. Here's TNK. TNK. I'm just going to keep waiting for a close above here. I agree. I think TNK could bounce, but I'm going to keep giving it some time. Earnings is not too far around the corner, so we'll look at it Tuesday next week. So Tuesday next week, TNK, got it. I'll look at 2 or 3 more, and I'll let you guys all go. Under Armour, don't touch it for a while. It's dead in the water until earnings, and then we'll see what happens on earnings. If you want to buy some out of the money August calls as a pure gamble, you could. And if we gap up on earnings, that could be a really good gap. Otherwise, I would wait it out. Mr. DeLong, I will do that, my friends. I got you. Fastly, FSLY. So Fastly, Ron has a covered call at 105. So he wants to get called away at 105. This is a great company. Solid fundamentals, easy to understand what this company does. And the next time I want to buy a lot of it is when it breaches the 20 EMA. 20 EMA is about $78 and some change on Fastly. So really looking forward to snagging the dip on FSLY. Jacob says, would it be a dumb play to play a quick trade on the break higher? Of Fastly? No. No, it's crazy as it sounds. It wouldn't be dumb, man. I mean, this trend, ironically enough, could keep going. Sounds crazy, I know, but it really could. Speaking of keeping going, Wix hit 299.80. So guess who has to increase their target from 300, Mr. Falco? So Wix looks like it's going to be 400 for me now. May or may not make an R or 2 on Wix. May or may not have bought a share or 2 below 100. Pablo says, do you guys add the new intermediate course to the website? Interesting you asked that, Pablo. Let's go to the website and find out. reallifetrading.com, and boom, new intermediate class on the website. Answer to that question is yes, indeed. So at some point, 2020, late 2021, early 2021, something like that, early 2021, Wix target is now upgraded to 400 by the Real Life Trading price lane targets. So there you go. 400 is the new target on Wix. Don't be bearish on that. It is looking delightful. All right, let me see if there's anyone on this that I really need to cover. BMRN, I was asked about by Rob. So Marion Pharmaceuticals, he's a really big fan of this particular company. And the weekly chart looks very nice. I agree. Weekly looks great. And it's a gorgeous breakout. Nice trends. Bullish on all time frames. Monthly chart, weekly chart, daily chart. Wouldn't specifically load the boat here, but if it pulls back, buy the dip. And if it breaks out and continues higher, well, I would just simply say be long. All right, really quick, let me just kind of update these to the ones I didn't talk about. I'll add those on the list for Monday of next week. I'm assuming all of you guys will be here Monday of next week. Really quick, just to cover our swing trades before we go. Before I do the swing trades, again, folks, just to make sure that you're all clear, right? One more time. We have a beginner's room and we have a regular day trading room from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern every day, Monday through Friday, hosted by myself and a team of amazing other moderators, Matt DeLong, Brad Reed, Johnny Guardko, Robert Falco, Dan Janssen, Tony Palek. It's incredible. The morning room by itself is $249 a month. If you have over a $20,000 or $25,000 or $30,000 account, this should be an absolute no-brainer. If you have $5,000 or less, I get it. The afternoon room might be a little bit more inclined for you, but the morning room, most likely, you won't be able to take advantage of it. If you have over $30,000 though, this is an absolute wrap. This is simple. This is easy. This is a no-brainer decision. If you have $30,000 or less into about $5,000, the afternoon swing trading room, I personally think, is a really good value. Obviously, the more money you have, the more you can make. We have millionaires minted every year in the afternoon swing trading room. It's a great place to find amazing stock picks, both long-term, short-term, day trades, credit spreads, option setups. If there's an option setup, I can do it. The afternoon room, my friends, is only $199 a month by itself. Only $199 a month. That is less than my Verizon cell phone bill. And then, of course, the weekly options newsletter. Weekly options newsletter, we send out 2 trades every single week on Tuesdays via email. And it has all the details and the goodies. Your ticker, your expiration, your strike price, your entry price, your stop price, your target price. We send them out on Tuesday, but Slack is not included with that. Easiest way to do it is bundle everything together for $349 a month. If you end up doing the entire year for $399.95, you can save yourself a decent amount of money, and you already have a lot of your team members signing up. So my friends, time is now. Time to act. Get out the credit cards, get out the PayPal, get out the debit cards, get out the Apple Pay, whatever you need to do. The link is in the chat pane. Victor says, my account's good enough. I have a job though, cannot afford the time, at least for now. Do you work from home, Victor? Or Jay says the same thing. I wish I could join the room. I have a crummy job. Interesting. You know, I would say that it's just all a priority. We got probably about 300 traders in RLT that have both a full-time job and they day trade and swing trade. Lenny says, what's the difference between the beginner room and the regular day trading room? Pretty much exactly what you said, Lenny. One's a beginner room and one's a little bit more advanced. One's quicker, more fast paced. One's a little bit slower and explain in depth a lot more what's going on, what to look at, how to look at it. Mike says, I have a full-time job. Everyone has a full-time job. All of you guys have a full-time job. Right? Most of you have some kind of work. There is, I would argue, I don't think that there's anyone here that has more time available than I do or less time available than I do. If I can contribute 95 hours a week before Thursday to real life trading, I think you all can do it as well. It doesn't matter if you have family, right? You can have kids, you can have wives, you can have husbands, you can have probably not multiple husbands or multiple wives. You guys know what I mean. If you have a family, you have a job, of course you do. Who doesn't? It's all about time. It's all about your time. It's all about learning this now. This is your opportunity now. That's going to be my pitch. It's worth it. All right. So to review our swing trades, and then I'll let you all go. Micron Technology, ticker symbol MU, still looks pretty good for the weekly options newsletter. I like it a lot. So it looks really good. I like the overall trend. I'm happy about it. Stay long on Micron. Next on the list is Progeny, PGNY. And I'm just kind of annoyed by Progeny. I just kind of want to go higher. But I guess I've only been in the trade realistically a few days. So I'll keep holding Progeny. Target is $30.77. Hoping that one can eventually continue higher on Progeny. Next on the list on our swing trades is Newmont Corporation, and it's back to break even. So Newmont, just more or less hoping that it can pop, but I will get out before the end of the month. I will get out before August for sure. So that's NEM. Then we have BETZ, B-E-T-Z. So bets, man, this could be a beautiful trend, beautiful trade if we break out. Keyword if. If we break out, this thing could be really, really nice. So I like bets a lot. Big fan of that one. Hoping it continues higher. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. Baidu looks pretty okay. We're in Baidu. We're bullish on it. We're profitable. Hope it continues higher. ZTO kind of looks awful right now, but hey, we got plenty of time before our stop. We got tons of times before earnings. I'm willing to be in this one for a while to see if it can pop higher. We got triggered into LMNX as well. So LMNX, we got in on a pullback. That one looks really nice. Hoping that one continues higher. AMC did not trigger today. So AMC still open, still looks good. Excited for that one to maybe do whatever it's going to do. And then I set up HIMX today, ready to play the breakout. Folks and friends, thank you for tuning in. I really hope that I've enriched your life this week. That was my goal and objective and my mission. Thank you, my friends, my family. I really appreciate your time. Tim says, did you set up GoDaddy? I did take GoDaddy on another trade, but we did not make it official because it was a little bit too aggressive of a trade. So if you're in GoDaddy, I am also in on GoDaddy. So, yep, looks great. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you all over the weekend. Hope to see you join Slack. I'm really, really pumped. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, love life, live life, and trade it. You rock. Bye.